Hey everybody, in this video I want to talk about sourcing our pain and how we can work with it, because we all feel pain, and that's what makes our lives even harder to work through. So if we can source our pain faster, then it's much easier for us to find the right solution that works for us, because we can have tons of options that people give to us in order to fix ourselves. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but you tell someone you're feeling a certain way and you tell 10 people and you get 10 different things. So is it really all 10 things? It could be, as to their opinion, for why you're feeling that way, but that means you'll also get 10 solutions, and it'd be really hard to do all of them. So if you dive into it yourself and really try and source why we feel the way we feel, that solution presents itself much faster. So pain is essentially a communication. It's a language, and it's saying that part, wherever we feel that pain in our lives, what our reality is saying, whatever it is, because I can talk in terms of our physical bodies, and we can just keep it simple and just say our muscles. I pull a muscle too far, and that muscle will talk back, and it will say, hey, stop, I don't really like that. I don't like being pulled that far. You can pull me a little bit, but when you go to that extent, then I have a problem with it. And I might just shut down. I might just break. And you don't want me to do that, because you're going to have to walk differently. You're going to have to move differently. You're going to have to work in a different way, because this is how much that means to me. So I'm obviously presenting this in terms of our relationships, the way I described that. So not only can we see it in our muscles, we can also see that same sort of behavior on a human level, because humans are people, muscles are people, and we're all connected to all of them on many different scales. So you don't have to discriminate and say you can only do this for some things and not others. The only true limitation is where we're limiting ourselves. So if we want to limit it to only humans as being conscious and alive and communicating, then essentially we're not going to be able to work with anything else other than humans. So if you go beyond that with your body, you'll be able to start seeing that language. And that's all that pain is. It's a language. It's a sensation. It's a different form of communication than pressure waves coming out of our mouths, basically. So we just have to really get in touch with that. And so when we source our pain, we can regress into it and see all the contributing factors that make us feel the way that we feel. And that's very important, because if we don't see any factors contributing into our pain, then essentially we'll have no idea what to do. And that's when we just blindly go to the doctors and just say, I have no idea. I have not been paying attention one bit, but I know that I don't feel the way that I want to feel. So tell me what's wrong, cut it out, and sew me back together. Oh, and knock me out while you do it, because I don't want to feel any of the pain. So so there are a lot of lessons in that approach to healing our pain. And that the main lesson with that is that if we get knocked out and someone else cuts the pain out, and then puts us back together and then brings us back into awareness, we missed out on what that pain really felt like, and so it won't really register. It's just kind of like two people fighting, and one goes blah 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 blah, as the other's really trying to tell him, like, hey, I don't like what you did, and I have an issue with it. Blah 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 blah. It doesn't really get through, and then we just keep doing this until it's like, are you done? Are you done? Okay. Now I'm back into reality, and not my own little world. So it's the same with going to the doctors. We can have them cut it out, and I'm sure some things are very, very difficult for us to deal with given our current society and state that we live in. So yes, there are cases where we do want to get knocked out and others that we don't. But what I'm trying to, the ultimate goal in really trying to source our pain is just so we don't run into those issues anymore. So I'll talk about it in a smaller scale, but we can apply it to where we don't run into those really big ones where shit gets real crazy. And we do want to get knocked out, and we do want the medication, we do want someone to just cut it out for us. And so we don't have to do anything. We don't have to really do any soul searching, really digging into the decisions that we made in order to feel the way that we feel. Because all those decisions really contributed to what we feel. And if we can see all those, then it gets much easier for us to find that solution that will help us in that phase of the journey. But if we are unaware of those decisions when we made them, then it's really hard to connect the dots. That's the most important thing. So a lot of times our lifestyle is set up to where we just don't really pay attention. We don't need to pay attention. And then something hits us and it's like, oh shit, that really hurts. I need to do something different, but I have no idea what I've been doing to make it feel this way. So if we're not paying attention in the moment, then it gets really hard to source that. So I know it kind of sucks for right now because it's like, oh, well, I haven't been paying attention, so anything I feel from here on, I won't necessarily know, except for once some time goes by where I've been paying more attention. Now I've been able to source that. So that's the issue, or one of the issues. So starting now, bring about a greater awareness of our decisions, and we will start seeing these pains happen faster, and it will give us faster direction into going in a different route, alleviating pain, finding the balance. Because if we create such an imbalance, that's when things start hurting. And then we try to, bob the other way, and we just keep going back and forth. But if we don't let it get to that extreme because we've been paying attention, then essentially we'll catch it before it ever really gets big, and we'll know what to do because we've seen all those factors that contribute to it, because we have been paying attention. So not only will we decrease the time experiencing that pain, we'll also find the solution much faster. We don't have to go through so many opinions, doctors, friends, family telling us, oh, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. And you get hundreds of different things when really you're the only one that lives in your body. So you should know your body and your reality, because you are the creator of your reality. So you're essentially the God of your reality. You are the center of your holographic universe. And everyone else has their own center. So you should know your center better than anyone else. But if you don't, or if you're not as confident in it, then essentially other people are going to rule your reality more. And that's when other people are going to tell you what's wrong with you, which is still fine. You can still go about it that way, but now you're living by someone else's rule, which is, like I said, it's all right. But it's not like I don't listen to other people's opinions about what's wrong with me. I take them into consideration, but I filter through them and I say, but this is the one that I should be focusing in on. This is the one I'm going to spend my energy on trying to work with, because the others, I don't feel like they're as tangible to the situation that I'm experiencing in my reality. So that's what makes it so much easier, is that the more I pay attention to my reality, the easier it is for me to see those solutions that are presented by other people and myself, so it's a team effort. But I just don't have to go through hundreds of them, or thousands, or even 10 of them. It gets very simple at that point. And so that's the benefit of really trying to source our own pain. It really allows for those solutions to come in, and it allows us to work with those pains before they get to anything crazy to where someone does have to cut something out. Because that is a reality, and that is something that we might need to go through. So if we can cut it before then, it's all good. So I hope this helps, and I hope you can see how to apply this to not only your physical body, but you can apply it to your emotional body, human relationships, as I said. And there are many different scales, because everything's in relation to another on many different levels. Humans in relation to each other, humans and bodies, humans and planets, galaxies, cells, atoms. We can go anywhere with this, and really seeing that relationship and what pain is, and that is what helps, and we can really start seeing our reality in much different light. So that's the ultimate goal with all this, and I hope you can do something with it.